So I am in a little bit of a different location. We are working with what is available with lighting. You might hear some noise going on in the background. All of my kids are home. Some are playing outside. All of the things, but we're just going to roll with it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Ashley, and today I'm here to do Bookmas Day 2. And today is the 11th day of Bookmas, counting down to Christmas. So today I'm talking about 11 books, 6 of which I read in November, and then 5 more that I would like to either finish or completely read in the month of December. In the month of November, I finished 6 books. 5 of them were audiobooks, and 1 of them was an ebook. Let me just say, that is like a record, the first time ever that I've had all audiobooks and more than just like 1 book in the month. I don't even know who I am right now. I do not usually listen to that many audiobooks, but this was an audio month. So anyways, the first book that I completed was the Yada Yada Prayer Group Gets Tough, which is book 4 in the Yada Yada Prayer Group series. This one was a reread and the last of the series that I have read before. And this one I rated 3 stars. The rest have all been about 4 stars. It was not my favorite one. I'm really interested though to get into the next book and further on in the series to see what does happen. And I'm really hoping that one of the side characters in this book comes to play a bigger part in the rest of the series. In this one, we're just continuing our saga of this woman and her prayer group, pretty much like a life group, and they are now helping this woman. She's now kind of being pulled into their circle, and I'm hoping she starts to play a bigger role in this story. The next book that I completed was The Intruder by Freida McFadden, and this is a popcorn thriller, if you will. I do tend to enjoy Freida McFadden's thriller books. They're just really quick, easy reads. I tend to get them on audio from the library. I don't typically buy thriller books because I'm not going to read them again most of the time. I did really enjoy it. It's about a woman who finds someone hiding out in her shed, and she brings them in because it's a teenage girl who looks like she has been abused. And so we kind of follow them figuring out who each other are and what's happening to her and all of that. And I know some people weren't very happy with this book, but I thought it was fine. And yeah, this one I rated 4 stars. The next 2 books that I finished were It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've only ever read Verity. I know a lot of people don't like Colleen Hoover, and I know they also have said a lot of things about this duology specifically when it was coming out as a movie, and I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's as problematic as some people say. I heard something about like romanticizing abuse, and I don't agree with that. Maybe I'm not seeing it, but once she experiences the abuse and trying to work through it, she steps away and she draws that line, and she does not allow spouse to recross it. So I feel like that's a really good example of how difficult it can be. Anyways, I rated each of these 4 stars. The next one that I finished is a nonfiction book by Elise Myers called That's a Great Question, I'd Love to Tell You. Elise Myers is like I guess you would call her a comedian on Facebook, that she posts a lot of like short, funny stories. They're all real life, her experience. So this is, I guess, her first book, and it's a memoir of her life. And while it is funny, it's also serious. And I thought she did a really great job, and I loved hearing her read it. I just really enjoyed it, and I rated it 4.5 stars. The last book that I completed in the month of November is Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. Again, all of these have been on audio. This one is about 3 girls who grew up in a foster home. Once they aged out and went on with their lives, they find out that there was a body buried underneath the house, and the bones have been found when they were excavating. So the police are kind of contacting them. They're trying to find out who this is, what happened, seeing what they know, all of those things. I thought this was pretty good, and I rated it 4 stars. Those are the 6 books that I read in November. And so now for a few more in December that I would like to read. The first one being Love Came Down at Christmas. This is a daily reading for Advent book. I have 2 girls that are partaking in a teen girls Bible study, and this is the book that they're doing with their Bible study, but I went ahead and ordered one for myself as well so that I can just read along. I think this would be really fun to do. And I've already started this, looking forward and hoping I can stay with it the rest of the month. The next book that I need to read in December is The Woman in the Wallpaper by Laura Jones. I saw one person talk about this and it was so pretty and it intrigued me, so I went ahead and found it and bought it, and then I actually ended up choosing this for my in real life book club. Yeah, we were supposed to actually read it in November, but things happened. We're actually going to try and get it read in December so that we can talk about it in January. I don't really know too much about this except for it's a historical fiction, I believe, that takes place maybe in France. So need to read that. The next one I have already started, and that's the Yada Yada Pro Group Gets Caught by Nita Jackson. And this is one that I just kind of read at night or randomly. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll finish it by the end of the year. And then I'm also in the middle of Wayward by Amelia Hart. I started reading this in I think October. I didn't get quite halfway and put it down, and I haven't picked it back up, so I'm hoping to finish this before the end of the year. And another one that you have seen a lot is The Shining by Stephen King. I haven't picked this up at all since I put it down months ago. I keep saying I'm going to finish it and I haven't. So I'm hoping to also finish this one by the end of the year. And if my calculations are correct, I think that is 5 TBR books. There might be a couple more that I need to finish with my daughter or being rain checked somewhere along the way, but that is 11 books total. And so that concludes this Bookmas video. If you made it this far, let me know what you are planning to read in the month of December. Are you reading anything Christmassy? Because it looks like I'm not going to get to this year. We'll see. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video in a couple days. Bye!